Welcome, D&D players, and whoever else might be in the room with you. The City of Splendors and the adventuring troupe that has still gone unnamed.
Yeah, we're working on that.
Yeah.
10 days have passed since the renovations of Trollskull Manor began in earnest. And the whole downstairs, the first floor, has been completely renovated, and the upstairs just need a lot of finishing touches. Probably take another 10 days to complete. And I'm going to ask you guys what would you have chosen to do over the last 10 days while the manor is getting renovated? I know Floon has been around with Renair and offering to do all sorts of carousing activities. He mentioned going to the Three Pearls nightclub. He mentioned something called the Blue Alley. He mentioned these underground gladiatorial fights. He mentioned some card game at some noble's estate. Um, would you have taken him up on any of those outings? They're usually late night endeavors, keep in mind.
Would Aldous want to get out for a change? You spent a lot of time locked in a tower recently.
Yeah. I'd say Aldous wouldn't be opposed to it, but I did have other things in mind, I think. Um I think like first first on my list kind of was I wanted to like visit my parents to see like how they're doing. Um
Floon says,
but
Aldous, look, there's a lot of time to see your parents. You just got into
yeah.
town. We want to show you a good time. He puts his arm around and he's like, you want to have a good time, don't you?
Well, yeah, I want to have a good time.
Are you pulling away? Or are you like,
I
are
feel
you
like
like,
I don't know. I feel like my character sort of likes Floon. Like he's not
who doesn't
attracted
like
to his
Floon?
personality, but like his
His chin. Look at him.
his chin.
It's a
I
specimen.
feel like
Yeah.
my character is like, wow, this guy is really attractive. Um, I think he would be convinced. He would be convinced. Like, hey, like still being renovated, we have time. I have this new group of friends. Sure, I'll tag along
Nice. And
as long as Donovan's coming.
Oh,
he's
we're
like,
we're coming, and so is Harlow. Harlow needs it. We're gonna get you out, Harlow. You're not gonna sit. You're not staying in the sock drawer.
Can
You're
I
co-
bring Chuggins?
yeah, bring him. So we would. I think we would do a night. Although I don't know about fights and stuff. Maybe clubbing would be.
Yeah, I wouldn't be about fighting.
Yeah.
Floon says, hey, there's a lot of money to be made. You see fights, wouldn't see this stuff anywhere else, man. It's not even really legal, I don't think. But Aldous, you actually, Floon has this, imagine the most attractive, just, again, it's not necessarily their personality. There's just something about certain people, they exude this thing. And just him, like, making contact with you gives you inspiration, and you can put an inspiration down on your sheet there. Or do I have to do that?
No, you can do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can do it.
So Flune's, he's been around a lot. It looks like him and Renair are looking forward to you opening up a establishment here. But here, I will show you. Let's move over to. So, is everyone on the map?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see Harlow, but maybe she's just not
on here.
You're not. All right, let me go back.
See, everybody's down in the one corner there.
Should I be seeing anything, or am I just?
Oh,
is it like a party?
You might be blacked out. Fog of war.
Hold on a second. Are you in there? You're not even in there. See, I'm not. Why do I do this to myself?
Oh, we can go back there later. Have we even been able to stay there? Or have we stayed at the yawning portal?
You can stay there. They had all the rooms cleaned out first day, so it's just gotten better and better with every day. It's just there's a lot of racket.
No. I would prefer to stay at the yawning portal, but I will go back daily with Harlow and Aldous if he wishes to oversee the construction of their quarters. I didn't want anything special in mind other than to make sure that the bathroom worked. So but I wanted to make sure that that they're
all right, everyone should be able to see now.
Yep.
Were you trying to go over the other side? I think I got to move you over.
no, I'm good. I was just moving. I got extra tokens on there, so I was just taking my tokens off. So, I mean, we're not stocking. Well, I guess we are stocking. It looks like they are stocking the place. So, but yeah, actually, this place looks amazing. You guys remember what it looked like the last time we were here? What a shithole.
Yeah, it's really changed.
And they've been keeping up well. They've worked on our little door downstairs, and they're putting the bookshelves in. Have they been putting in the extra windows in the attic for Harlow?
Yes.
And the bookshelves and whatnot have all gone into Aldis's liking in the library.
That stuff's still in process. Another 10 days to finish the upper 3 floors.
Okay.
But it's all cleared out. It's certainly inhabitable. And they work through the night, though, some of these guilds. What do I want to do? Take off the...
And they're still on point with the amounts that were discussed.
Oh, yeah. And all going through Broxley, by the way. And he's assured you the entire time. And anyway, that's the status. You talk to Broxley almost every day over the past 10 days. And recalling one conversation was very interesting where you walk in and as if a magical force, he holds his arms up in the air and his coat drapes over his arms, hands him his cane, hands him his top hat. And when you look at him quizzically, like, what's that all about? He explains, oh, this is the ghost that inhabits your manor. And he's become quite agreeable. He put up quite a ruckus while we were in the demolition stage. It seems anytime we're destroying something around here, he gets agitated. But if you're tidying up, as I just was, and he puts aside a broom he was just handling, as you can see, quite agreeable. And he nods to the air. So that was a very interesting conversation you had with him. Also, he asked you if you were interested in starting up relationships with some of the guilds that you weren't ready to start with up front. Um, he was pushing for at least getting a beverage on tap. Then at least you could have even if you're not open, you can entertain your friends, and you'll be starting the relationship with the Brewers Guild. I mean, or if you plan to listen, I'm sure you're capable of doing all this yourselves, and there's technically no law against it. But I remind you that this city was built on from the blood, sweat, and tears of the same guilds still running today. And I'm afraid if the proud Waterdavians that built this city found out you weren't putting in some money back into the hands of the working class of this city, well, I think that would leave quite a bad taste in their mouth. So much that you might lose a few customers over it. I think.
No, I'm convinced. I'll look at Aldous and Harlow and kind of shrug my shoulders, like, what do you two think?
Well, I'd say we have the space here. If we're ready to offer libations to the public, why not?
You thirsty, Harlow?
Yeah, and Chungus says she thinks it's a good idea too.
All right then. Yes, we're all in agreement. Yes, have them come over.
Good man. He reaches for your hand to shake it, and if you give it to him, he shakes it vigorously with both his hands on it. Good decision, man. Good decision. Oh, this is going to be. You're going to do this whole block proud. The whole alley.
That was all our decision. But thank you. I think I'll lean in as he's shaking my hand. What's the ghost, the spirit, this phantom? What's its name?
I don't know. There was a parchment found. I'll have to locate it. Someone mentioned something about a name. I don't know. I'll have to get back to you about that.
If you could bring that by. I'll whisper as if it would prevent the spirit from hearing me. And then, its work is coming along fantastically. If the men could focus on, the special renovations we had discussed and the plumbing upstairs. And, I look forward to you being one of our first guests here. I'll smile at the halfling. Broxley.
Oh, well, I would highly recommend it, and I'll write a outstanding review for one of the broadsheets.
Excellent. That catches Donovan's ear. Yes. Being a child of social media,
I know several of the owners of the Broad Street producers, so that shouldn't be a problem passing the word around. Anyway, good day. It's been a long day. I'm gonna have a good night.
You as well. Yes.
This halfling with mutton chops and a cane and a top hat strolls confidently out the front door after a successful day's work.
Yeah, go
ahead.
No, I'm going to move over to where Aldous and Harlow are, and look, I'm really uncomfortable with making these decisions on my own. I'm going to have to rely on the two of you to help me out with this. I know nothing about it. 2 weeks ago, I didn't have a single gold in my purse, and I'm in a much different place now, so I appreciate your support in this. I'm quite frankly in over my head with this. I'm barely 17 winters old, and I don't know what I'm doing.
Donovan, I think you sell yourself short. You've done so much over the past few weeks even. I think you're more than capable of operating this place well, but I'm happy to help as much as I can. I did grow up in a family-owned business here in Waterdeep, and I'd love to lend what little knowledge I have that I learned as a kid.
I'll smile, put my hand on his shoulder. And I know halflings are good luck. I'm going to rely on the two of you, and I promise I'll do my best to make sure that your days spent here at Troll Skull are comfortable.
I nod and give you a hug.
I'll hug her back. And so, Floon's waiting
the
for us.
The broom handle slides off the counter that it's leaning up against and whacks on the floor. in the midst of your talking.
I have a question. Did you say the ghost is like wearing something? Or did
No,
I mishear
he
that?
was helping Groxley don his coat and cane and hat.
Oh, I see. Oh my gosh.
Sorry, I'm
Um,
forever clumsy with my
I'll,
own words.
no, it's
yeah,
okay.
I'll pick up the broom and then sweep like a little spot right around it, and then in the absence of a dustpan, I'll scoop with my hands up the little bit of dirt that's on the floor and tuck it in my pocket.
I did notice that ghosts seemed very helpful before, pretty amenable. I'm sure that we'll be needing some staff here. I wonder if that ghost would be amenable enough to help us.
You think there really is a ghost?
Well, I've seen some things in my sleep that frighten me a lot, honestly. And ghosts, I'm not afraid of those. So if there is a ghost, I would love that.
So another person that followed up with you throughout the past 10 days was Gillester. And he had asked you if you made any, if you had put any mechanisms in place to keep an eye on that matter he discussed with you, or that Okoria discussed with you.
The figure on the roof.
Yes.
Is that the matter?
Yes.
Yes, we've continued to work on that.
Oh yes. What have you found out, or what time have you been watching and whatnot?
Mostly at night. We really haven't discovered anything. We did have one night where we thought we saw someone on the rooftop, but he was fast and well, if he was there, he would manage to outrun us. But we'll certainly continue to look into it. I mean, as being new to the neighborhood, we want to make sure that any skulking assassins or lurking muggers are quickly brought to justice. So you can count on us to continue to look almost nightly.
And is that what you have done, or is that just what you're telling me?
I stopped looking after our first night.
Yeah. I think like in our actual conversation, I'm probably leaving Donovan because it seems like he has some history with this person and I don't want to like say anything to jeopardize him. So I'm sort of probably in that conversation I'm like nervously like trying to shut my lips,
But you can count on us, Gillester. We will certainly continue our investigation, and you will be the first to be contacted. Where can we reach you again?
Harlow and Donovan, roll a check that would help you recall a bit of information, as if a light bulb went off in your head. Type roll.
Wow.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Natural 20. Come on, Harlow. Roll good.
Oh, now I don't even hear.
I said I feel like I'm going to get a nat 1, but I'm gonna try.
Okay. No, we're both gonna get it. Not a nat 1.
Got an 8. That's something.
So Donovan, you're like a light bulb going off in your head, and you hadn't thought about it in like 8 days. You were all gung ho about it the first night, like you said. But as soon as he brought it up to you, this image pops into your head of the two things that you've seen actively on rooftops in the last couple of weeks, and one of them is the Black Viper, and the other one is the word's escaping me. Do you remember what the other thing you have seen on a rooftop? So I don't have to. Here, hold on.
I'm looking at my notes.
Oh, Zaraj the Hunter.
Oh, well, yeah. Oh, I mean, he was. I guess he was on a roof. I remember him from the alley, but I was in the middle of getting my. I just nearly got my head blown off in that combat.
So,
So.
dude, Donovan, in the middle of that conversation, that light bulb goes off in your head.
Wait, are they high? Are they high?
You don't share that information.
No, no, no.
Did you tell him that?
Oh, no, I'm not going to say anything. I want to discuss that with my companions first.
Okay. And Harlow, you're standing there when Gillester is talking to Donovan. Donovan gets to that. They get to that point in the conversation, and you recall it as well. And you almost like you kind of like look at him, and you feel like you just realized at the same time you do have some information.
Yeah, I want to talk about it with them before we release anything. Maybe on our way to meet with. Well, where can we get in touch with you, Gillester? I'll ask him. Should we find anything? We'll be out and about tonight. I'm not going to tell
you
him.
know where you usually can find me. The Yawning Portal.
And he's a drinker. He's like rolling. Yes. Well, we've been staying there every night, but yeah.
But perhaps the group of us could make time for friendly cup of tea one of these afternoons.
Tea. You like tea? I'll look at Harlow and then look at Aldous. You like tea?
I'll sort of just like blurt out. I'll be like, I love tea.
Yes. Harlow, tea?
Yeah.
And when you say that, Gillester's face lights up. Like he's kind of, if he's not drinking at the Yawning Portal, he's where he's just jovial. If he's talking about these matters of state and important information and stuff, he takes on this very responsible edge to him. But this is the first time you've actually seen his face with this aspect to it, which he's delighted that you said be interested in tea. Right. So fine then, we'll pick a day. I mean, I'll see you around. I'll be stopping by. I'll see you at the Yawning Portal, of course.
Yes, tea. Tea it is. We'll have tea. It was nice to see you again. And rest assured, we will continue giving this investigation our utmost attention, I should say. Both intention and attention. Thanks for stopping by.
Is there anything else any one of you would have taken care of over this 10-day period of time that has just passed?
Training with my pistol. I spent the money to buy powder and shot from a smith, and have money I set aside money for the cost of having somebody train me if Dabble can point me in that direction. You don't need to play it out, but that's when I want to focus on that.
Okay.
And I'm sure you guys have other stuff you guys want to do.
Davil has an offer for you when you mentioned this to him over that week's period of time. And he says, I can find someone to train you in that particular gun, but I'm going to recommend you take one of these. And he offers you a selection of pistols, and let me destroy that one.
Why?
Also, to practice these, you have to go underground. There is a place. It's actually the same place that gladiatorial fights are. It's just not during the fights.
How much does a pistol cost? The one he's showing me.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't get into numbers.
If you can give me a price, I'll buy that one. I don't want you to destroy this one just yet. Maybe worth some money. Perhaps I can sell it outside of the city or something.
That's just the thing. Yeah. That weapon. It's a bit of an insult to my.
Oh, because of the drow thing.
It's true.
All
I'm
right.
sorry.
No, I understand. Well, regardless, I can't take this pistol free. Let me pay you for this, and then just give me a day to think about what. Perhaps it's best I just toss this thing in the harbor and be done with it.
I'd like to destroy it myself. I have some other firearms on their way as well. I'd be happy to give you first crack at those. They're very interesting pieces.
All right, fair enough then. Bit of a trophy, to be honest with you, having killed the drow that took it.
And either way, you'd have to practice them, underground at one of these facilities.
I'll tell you
Otherwise,
what. Let me. Can I hang on to this until these other pistols arrive, and then we can discuss it then?
yes. Well, wait. What did you just ask of him?
Hang on to the drow pistol until.
Yeah, and he closes the wooden box that these two pistols.
I don't know anything about those pistols. Are they decent? Did they look like they were anything?
They look like very nice pistols.
Really? Is there two of them?
Yep.
Are they like dueling pistols? Like a pair?
No, they were two different pistols.
Uh,
Whether they were made, and Dable says to you, whether they were made as a set, I actually don't know. I could ask.
You know what? I'll look at them, and then are they look? I mean, I don't know nothing about it. Can I roll like I don't know.
It's technology, dude. You would know nothing about it, other than just common sense. You know how to pull the trigger on one, and you know how to set it up to fire.
Fair enough. I'll tell you what. The drow's pistol's yours. Both of these, I'll tap the box.
Roll charisma check. You got to pass it to get both.
Oh, persuasion.
Persuade. Yeah.
Come on, Devil. Yeah, I know. As insulting as this weapon is, I know that it's. I know it's worth money.
He closes the box, pushes it towards you, puts his hand out with a handkerchief on it, like he doesn't intend to touch this thing.
I'll hand him the pistol.
I'm sorry, that's the only way I can really interact with this without actually saying anything. So that's how I imagine it.
No, you're good.
I love it.
Feel free.
Pistol's yours. I'll pull it out and hand it to him.
He takes
In
it
the
from
club.
you, pushes the box towards you.
Nice. 2. Donovan's like a child. I'm like, 2. Yeah.
All right, that was early on in the
All
week.
right,
Let me see
that's
what
cool.
else went happen.
Whatever Harlow and Aldous want to do, that's all I really, outside of the Troll Skull stuff, that's all I wanted to do was start that process. So if you can put me in touch with somebody to go out shooting once, I just want to start working on it so that I can get better at firing and stuff. So.
All right. There was also a all right. I'm going to ask one more time, then we're going to move scenes. Is there anything that any of you would want to do in that 10 days period time before we move into day 11?
Yeah, I just want to maybe visit like weird bottles. I'm like specifically looking for a certain material, a twig from a tree that has been struck by lightning. I'm not exactly sure if that's something that they would have, if that's something that's commonly carried. But I'm definitely looking for that because I need that to cast Witch Bolt.
Weird bottles. Let's pull up the map real quick. We're talking, what is it, Tradesworn?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Oh, at the top, kind of. Oh no, not the top. Right in the center. Weird bottles concoctions. Yep, he's got your components, and he doesn't charge you anything, and he's just as rude and gruff as he was the last time you saw him.
Oh wow. Well, thank you, Schemo. Could I take more than one?
Yes, you may.
Okay, 3?
Yeah, sure. Fine then.
Thank you so much, Schemo. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, don't mention it.
Sweet.
I mean, yeah, don't mention it. Let the door hit you in the ass.
I like aside from that, like I would still be like poring over my books, maybe to find more about like that symbol that I think has some significance. Maybe I'm like looking at books that are in my family's bookstore to see if I can find something. Um,
Your parents' bookstore has been closed the entire time. It looks like
right.
they are
Okay.
out at their estate.
At their manor. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So yeah, so maybe then I'm
But
just looking at the books that I have and
there is a bookstore in Charles Skull Alley that you have probably visited if you were
okay.
itching for a bookstore. It's right around the corner.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Yeah, so I would just be like trying to cross-reference things to see if I'm like missing something. Specifically like looking at that symbol that is kind of like stuck in my mind to see if there's any loose thread that I can like find about it.
There's also a library at the Watchful Order of Magus and Protectors,
Okay.
and you have access to that. So,
Okay.
would you also be traveling to that?
I think I'd probably be a bit wary of it. Maybe I would visit it, but try not to um try to be a little bit like I think probably I would stay on my own for now. I would
Okay.
try not to like involve the order, just because I'm a little like afraid.
Got it. All right. Well,
But
you
yeah.
get your components from Weird Bottles.
Nice.
Sweet.
Harlow, do you need components too?
I'm not sure actually. Probably do though. But I was planning on just transforming back and forth between a guinea pig and a halfling and then bothering you guys. But also asking about what flowers you want for the friendship garden.
The prettiest flowers. The prettiest flowers. Something that women like. And, young ladies. Esphil like the orchids. Orchids. We need orchids. Lots of orchids.
I think I probably I took Chungus along with me to Weird Bottles. He's like in he is
Yeah.
is in my pocket, and I'm probably like whispering to Chungus as if like he can understand me. And I'm
used to be a cleric, so she does understand, but she just
okay.
talk.
But I tell Chungus, I'm like, I know that Harlow was talking about flowers, and I really like hydrangeas.
Awesome.
Cool.
All right. Something happened to my sound here. What's going on? Okay. Donovan, you wake up on day 11.
Is tonight the night we're going out with Floon?
No.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, it could be. Yeah. And when you wake up, there is a snake flying with two wings, flapping two wings right in front of you with its long tail holding a rolled up piece of parchment, and it's flapping its wings, staying stationary in the air in front of you.
Gods. I'll roll over, grab my dagger, grab Imp Sticker off the nightstand, pull it back, ready to throw it. Does it come at me?
Nope. It drops the parchment in your
I'll
lap
pull the dagger back even
and
further.
flies away and into a very small crack in the wall and slips out of the room.
This is in the yawning portal.
Nope, this is at your place. Actually, it can be the yawning portal. That's fine. Actually, it could be one of the nights you. Oh no, it has to be day 11 actually, but you can wake up at the yawning portal. Yes.
Yeah, until they finish the upstairs. I'll reach down, following it to the crack, and then I'm going to stuff one of my socks into the crack that this snake just slithered through. Look through it with one eye, and then stuff a sock in the crack as if that's going to stop anything else from getting through, and then pick up the piece of parchment that it dropped on my bed.
It says, "Forgetting something?" Question mark.
Oh, this responsibility. Being a business owner. All these friends.
You start racking your mind. What could that possibly be? Oh, another thing is the first thing that hits your mind. Did I pay Broxley?
Yeah, he had to have been paid. I paid him in advance for most of the shit.
Well, you were going to give him the very next day. You were supposed to give him the very large sum. So, did that transpire?
Probably not. But I'll not intentional. I have the money set aside here. I will collect it. And
Well, he would have showed up on your doorstep the very next day. It couldn't have been about that.
Otto and Callista, no. Roland's drunk with those 4 women in his room, probably still locked inside that room.
Roll an intelligence check. My loan payment.
Who else do I owe money to?
Your loan payment.
Loan? Oh, there's interest on this? Loan payment. Who do I pay that to? Davil?
You know you could pay it to Davil. I mean, that's the only person you know without looking for someone else.
Shit. I'll go into this strong box that I've got tucked under the bed, stuff up my purse filled with gold, and then look for my companions before going to meet to trying to find Davil.
Is Harlow still in the sock drawer?
Oh yeah. I'll just open the drawer. I'll pet Chungus and lift Chungus out and then say, "Come on, time for breakfast." To Harlow.
Okay. And our scene shifts. Cutscene. and the camera pans to Mount Waterdeep. Where Elfgeist is about to ascend Mount Waterdeep.
Oh, there's a mountain so high. Why did I decide to do this?
You know that the person you are seeking is halfway up the mountain.
Thank God I don't have to go the whole way. It's better, I think.
Mount Waterdeep only reaches about 1,500 feet above sea level. But you know the trail to Hlam's cave is steep and winding. While it doesn't require climbing checks, the 5-mile mountain trail is considered difficult terrain, making the trek a 3-hour journey all told. It is especially dangerous to do alone. You have made this trek before, Elfgeist, to see the revered monk named Hlam.
It's been many years since I visited Lam. I look forward to seeing his face. His face? His face. Sure.
Yes. One of the most outstanding things you know of Hlam is an ability he has called the Quivering Palm, where he's been known to slay beasts as big as dragons with one stroke. And you make your way, you take that first step out of the dock ward into the foothills and start making your way up.
This mountain air is invigorating.
Make a wisdom check.
So where is my character on here? I still see a map.
Oh yeah, well we're just on the yeah, I'll put your character on there. Oh hey, he's on there. He's just real big at the top. Oh no, I had him. There he is.
All right.
So here, let me pull him down to Mount Waterdeep. There you are. I put you on Mount Waterdeep. Do you see you?
Yeah, right next to Castle Waterdeep.
No, but I don't see Mount Waterdeep either.
Yeah, zoom out. Up in the upper right-hand corner, if you zoom out, you'll...
I think I zoomed out too far. I didn't see anything. No, I mean, am I on the right map here?
It's the city map. It's all the city.
Yeah.
Yeah, right down here in the southwestern edge of the city. Right.
It's kind of in the middle of the map, though.
Oh, I saw that. I saw the thing in the middle of the map. Okay.
Yep.
Never mind. There we go. Okay. So how do I roll for wisdom?
Click on wisdom, or it's actually a survival check. So if you have a survival skill, you could click on that. You just click right on it, and it should populate the.
On the word wisdom on your character sheet, like where it's got strength, dexterity, constitution. If you click on the word wisdom above your wisdom score, it'll roll the die for you.
Yeah.
Actually, your clicking is really loud. Is that microphone part of the?
It's probably right next to his keyboard.
Yeah, it's right there. It was not a good design decision on their part.
If you have an external mouse in the future, it might be nice.
It's good. You're good.
I mean, I guess. As it action sounds, though. Also, this isn't
dude.
loading. Hold on.
Yeah, if it was combat, I'd be okay with it. All right, so right on your character sheet, just click on that, either survival or what was it? Wisdom I was calling for?
Wisdom.
Wisdom, yeah.
There's a very real threat of a rock fall or rock slides.
Did it go or no?
There
it's
it
going
is.
now.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's a delay. Oh, you got the blacked out dice. That's cool.
Is that?
No, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's cool. It's like, oh my god, I can't see what it says.
Is that bad?
No, that's good, dude. It's cool.
Oh,
you can see it. You can see it in the chat anyway. So.
No,
I see.
It's not a good roll for this.
Great. All right.
It's okay.
What was the roll? What was the final result?
11.
Boulders, smaller rocks, and gravel come tumbling down from 100 feet up the mountainside. Make 3 DC 12 skill checks as you try to evade the rock slide.
Ooh. So he would just roll a 20-sided 3 times and has to roll a 12 or higher.
Yeah.
So if you look in your if you look at the screen here on your upper left, you can see that there's the mouse clicker, the paintbrush, the magnifying glass, and one of those is a die. See the 20-sided die?
Okay. So it wouldn't take into effect any agility or anything.
Oh,
Can
actually,
you make it a dexterity check or
no? Actually, it's given the option here. It says so each you must make a DC 12 skill check, and then there's a wisdom, perception check. Oh, there's 3 of them. So a wisdom, a dexterity, and a strength. 3 different. So perception, acrobatics, and athletics. Those are the 3 checks, actually.
do you have any of those skills, Elfgeist?
Yeah, sure do.
Cool. Awesome.
So just roll.
So if you go into your character sheet and you see next to your scores, it says acrobatics, animal handling, arcana, all the way down. So if you click on if you click on those words, it'll roll the dice for that. So acrobatics. What were the 3 things you had to roll?
Wisdom, which is perception, with advantage if the character. You can do that one with advantage because it says if you were warned about it and you know it's possible. So we'll give you advantage on the wisdom. Wisdom/perception. It puts perception in parentheses. And then dexterity, which is acrobatics, and strength, which is athletics. So if you don't have specific things, you just roll on the wisdom or dexterity or strength.
Right. So I could actually see the dice roll. Is it a roll of a 5 or a roll of 11, and then you add them?
That's an 11 because you got a plus because of your dexterity. So you rolled a 5, but it's actually an 11 because of your.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
All right, so wisdom.
And then he gets to roll because he gets to roll with advantage. He can roll another perception, right?
Oh, I thought you could roll the same thing 3 times. Or is that not how that works?
You can.
Is
No.
it like one of each?
The hills are alive. Yeah, one of each, and the wisdom, I think it was with advantage. So roll wisdom again.
Is that perception?
Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, is that
Nice.
20? Yeah!
So
Awesome.
I think
See?
I may have perceived it.
Totally
All right, so
redeemed yourself.
you got that one.
That's
I
the
think
shit.
let's see if the other one.
Then
They're DC
athletics.
12. So the one failed. The other one passed.
So athletics.
Wait, was that a natural 20 too?
Yeah, that was a natural 20, dude.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So that's gotta be worth something. And that was first too. That was the first one. So that's
You
very
rolled
cool.
acrobatics.
Well, no, it was the second.
Yeah, second.
Thanks.
Well, no, I mean it
All
was
right.
the first of the 3 ability checks.
Oh, okay.
So you had the perception thing happening before you
right,
do
right.
these
I
next
saw
two,
it. It just didn't matter.
and you
It might
failed.
matter. Well,
Yeah,
hold on.
it matters. Natural 20 always matters. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, definitely. That has to matter. And then the third one is.
Is that with an advantage or not? Because I get the option.
Yeah, the
Does
third
that
one's
mean-
not. Yeah. The third
Second
one's
and
just
third.
athletics. Yeah, but you rolled it twice, so you got the advantage, essentially. You took the natural 20,
Yeah. So strength, athletics check.
and then you're good. Come on. Elf guys, roll high.
Oh man.
That's not a natural 1.
Yep.
Oh, he did roll a 1.
No, it's not a natural 1.
No, I rolled a 3 out of the 1.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay, so let's consult our little table here, shall we?
Death roll.
Failures.
Death
2
save, sorry.
failures. 2d10 bludgeoning damage. Oh shit. 2d10 bludgeoning damage.
He should get some
Did you say 2d10?
He should
Yeah.
What
get
you said?
he should get an advantage for rolling a natural 20 though.
Oh yeah.
What the
Man.
hell?
How many hit points do you have?
Well, it's been fun. see y'all someday. I have 10. I have 10 hit points.
At least I don't have to hear that infernal clicking anymore.
That's just wrong.
God.
I'm so sorry.
Fuck you, James. You heard me for 10 minutes and just kill me. Cool. Reroll. Time to reroll.
That's just
So
wrong.
bad.
Yep. It's pretty bad.
No.
Yeah.
Elf guys,
This is auspicious.
you wake up in a very serene environment. And you hear the voice of Lam saying, "Clear your mind. Heal. Make your mind a blank parchment." Does everyone see the blank parchment?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell you have a blindfold on, as you know is customary to wear a blindfold when Hlan is visited in this location. So that's not a surprise to you. You do feel the ache in your bones from what you recall to be a hellish fall on the side of the mountain. Picture my face. And you remember the face of Hlam.
So he's there. We're here.
Yes, and you hear. It sounds like he's preparing tea.
Those boulders. Ah, so treacherous. Thank you. Thank you for saving me, for I truly was an inch from death.
A solid rock is unshaken by the wind, he says in reply.
Tell me about it. So I just stand there, chill out, as he makes tea. Just let him do his thing.
You are well enough to travel. And I'm going to have you roll a charisma check to see if he has anything else to say.
I don't like that they're always black. That doesn't seem like a good sign.
You can change the color later, so don't sweat it. You're like
No,
dark. You're like dark blue. I can actually see what it is, but you got to like focus on it. It's kind of cool actually.
No, it just seemed like a death roll when
Yeah.
it comes out, and you can't see it. And they're all, yeah.
I get that.
So, let's see. I don't want to attack this guy because I'm level 1. He will destroy me. And this was the chance to convince him to tell me anything, right?
Are you saying that to him, or? I mean, you obviously feel that way. It does. It is quite the effort to get here, and he is an audience with him is can be an elusive thing. It's a valued thing to people that are like-minded. But he says to you, if his friends cannot help him, bring him to me. Our brother Roland is lost.
Tell me how? Tell me how he is lost.
When you can do nothing, what can you do? Is all he says in reply.
Yes, that's about right. You hermits, you have such knowledge, but very little sight of the world. I shall go out into it, and I shall see what I can do. Sir, my my way here was treacherous. You saw the boulders. We've spoken with them. This was large and difficult, and admittedly, you had to save me in the first place to get up the mountain. And I do thank you, but how may I learn more from you, or when?
Keep your ears open. Perhaps when you bring your friend to me, you will learn more.
Very well. Do, out of context, would my character know the secret sign or handshake in that way? Would he have that knowledge?
Yes.
Okay, so I do to him whatever like secret sign or handshake, our kind would do. And then I leave.
You could almost picture, after being there for a while, it's almost like you didn't need your eyes to see him, and you didn't need your eyes to hear him nod. In this space, you become so attuned to your surroundings that the slightest bit of air pressure change will give you the hint that someone has made a motion, and you recognize his nod in response to your signage.
Okay. And then, I leave.
Yep. And you know, as you're walking away, you take off the blindfold, and you make your way down the mountain.
Having just realized I forgot to ask him where he lived, so I'm going to have to figure that out. Fuck.
Well, maybe you'll have another opportunity since hopefully Roland's friends can help him. And you don't have to bring him back to Hlam, but haven't had much luck so far. Actually, it's just gotten worse with Floon around. Because Roland's the first one. He's like, oh, damn right, I'm going out. And one of those places you visited was the Three Pearls nightclub.
The dock ward.
That's never a good thing, but it could be
Well,
fun.
it is a kind of a shining star in the dock. It's like kind of one of those hit places that's in the bad part of town. It opens late, and it stays open until the sun comes up.
Go. Here you go, Aldous, Harlow. We're gonna have a good night out.
I'm used to spending the whole night poring over books, but not in this sort of place.
No books tonight. Oh,
So you
look
found
at
yourself at this
place.
club.
What? This is like Vegas magicians and showgirls and what?
With me. Let me grab your token. Sorry.
Awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, Donovan's never been to the Three Pearls before. Aw.
And Floon and Renair and Gillester break off as soon as you get down the steps in here. They obviously have a favorite bar. There's several bars in this place.
Is that techno? You got techno going in the Three Pearls?
It kind of sounds like it.
Oh,
right.
Here's another thing. So some of this music is obviously not being generated by organic instruments. It is magic. And another thing that's apparently magical about this particular location and a lot of other hit places around town where they use continual light, they cast that on blown glass that's blown into shapes, and it might say out front of this place it says the Three Pearls, and it's written in kind of like a cursive, and the glass is multicolored, and when they light it up with a continual light, it has this glow about it, and some of them they even put little corks to them so that they do this intermittent flashing. But that's exactly what you see when you approach the outside of this place. And when you go in, it's not like in and up, and it's a big facility. It goes down underground. Stairs go directly down as soon as you go in this one-story building in the dock ward, and it's hip for young nobles to come here, but people from all walks of life, all races.
I'm guessing from the look of this place, though, not the poor.
Not much poor.
Yeah.
No.
This is the first time Donovan's been in this place. I've heard of it, I'm sure, but wow.
Yeah, oh, you've heard of it. It's kind of like it's notorious.
Oh yeah, good choice, Aldous. Harlow.
Bloom says, after this, there's a sex party we can go to, and he's like nodding his head, like up and down, like looking at the group of you, and none of you start like nodding your head. I mean, it's like, oh no, okay.
Yeah, I'm sort of like frightened.
Yeah, I'm a little intimidated.
Don't worry about it. We don't have to. I certainly wouldn't take her.
Let's work our way up to that, Floon.
I have that on my conscience.
Is Davil here, you think?
Davil.
Oh, never mind. Hey, where should we do we have a table? I'll say to Floon, like, lead us in.
So he leads you to this area. He explains he's got a favorite
It looks like the VIP room.
bartender. And you guys can discuss the day's events or whatever. Oh, sorry.
Well,
I'm just learning.
Who's this strange person?
My investigation's gone really well. I found you immediately. I'm just in the corner listening.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look around. Anybody I recognize in this section? This clearly is the VIP area. It's behind the bar. It's this place looks fancy.
You don't recognize anyone.
Donovan's gonna try and fluff the thrift store noble uniform that he collected of Floon's old hand-me-downs to try and look like he's the part. Harlow, what are you? Are you in your halfling form, or are you riding along?
I'm in my halfling form.
I'll put my arms around Aldous and put my hand on Harlow's back. Oh, this table right over here in the corner looks like it was perfect for us, and I'll motion at the table just over here, kind of by itself.
I'll make my way to the table, sit down, and I'll sort of nervously tap my hands on the tabletop. I kind of feel a little bit out of place.
I feel you. Aldous. I never been in here before. Harlow, come on, sit. I'll wave Harlow over. Oh, wait. I do recognize a face.
You see Renair.
And Floon.
Floon walks up. Made her way over to my favorite table. Perfect. So, we drink. And he claps his hands. No one comes right away, but he does it again. When no one comes a second time, he gets up and walks over to the bar. Give me a second.
This venue seems a little out of place for the dock ward.
Does I've heard of it though. I think this is where the rich come to slum. That's what I've heard. Which means it's perfect for us, because fuck them. Here, let's drink.
That's one way to say it.
So let's drink. Harlow, pace yourself. I don't know how good halflings can probably. They're like dwarves. They can probably drink twice as much as a human. They're half the size and can drink. Yeah, the wooden leg. I'm gonna be. Harlow's gonna be dragging me by my feet out the front door at the end of the night, either unconscious or completely inebriated. Renair joins us too, and Floon, both of them.
Yup. Big night out on the town for you guys.
Wow.
But Renair's like looking around at you guys. He sees everyone's like not in their element. And when Floon comes back, he's like, Floon, let's give us something a little more agreeable. And he says, "Oh, give me a minute. The oyster is about to close." And he excuses himself, gives a polite bow, and he walks over to this dance floor over here. And you see above the dance floor is a roof that's shaped like a giant oyster or clam, and it's slowly closing down over the top of the dance floor. And you hear a different type of music and sounds coming from underneath that dome. And just before it closes over this dance floor, Floon slips in here and walks towards the other people on the dance floor. And then eventually that clam closes down completely over the dance floor.
Oh. Is Floon okay?
Renair says, "Oh, it's just a, gimmicky thing. People go in there and dance so they can't be seen."
Yeah, like the portal. The portal to
There's a lot
hell.
of flashing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of flashing lights.
I'll look at Alice and be like, it's the same thing as that, the bullshit portal in the yawning portal.
I'm glad you're not drawn to it, frankly. It's something that, new people to the scene usually get wowed by. And Floon is forever wowed by it. I can't... But you know Floon.
Yes, I guess we do know Floon.
All right, so you guys... Renair prompts everyone to get up. He just doesn't see a whole lot of action happening. And
Food,
you guys
drink. Yeah, I want to try and I want Alice and Harlow to have fun. I'm actually a little bit nervous about some other shit, but I want to try and cover that up with alcohol. I want to pour alcohol and food on that and be like, let's all just have a good time.
So Floon, just before the scene ends, Floon turns to you one last time and says, "So no to the sex party then."
I sort of just look around, like
Renair,
as if he's
Renair
talking to somebody.
Renair has a disappointed look on his face.
I'm gonna work my way up. I'm a little distracted. Perhaps you, Aldous, if you, I'm a little distracted.
I'll sort of be like, me?
Yeah.
Me and Chungus are just hiding behind you and all.
All right, so where do you? Well, let's just get back to where do you want to be? The yawning portal or at your newly renovated first floor of your manor? That's up to you.
Yawning portal's probably more comfortable for all of us.
Like to stay, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would say staying there until like the bedrooms are like fully ready makes sense.
Yes. I'll finish any drinks that are left unfinished on the table there quickly. I'll wait until everyone else is walking away, and then I'll quickly drink everyone else, and then put them back, and then follow the rest of us out. We'll head back to the yawning portal. Donovan's like, "This is even I feel out of my element here. This place is not." There we go. Now I feel like I'm more in my element.
So funny. I mean, just the simplest thing to see you guys like enjoy the yawning portal more than the atmosphere of the Three Pearls nightclub is just like highly entertaining to me for some reason. That's what it's all about, my man. All right. So it's a jovial. It's late at night. You're hanging out. This is day 11, and Donovan, you have realized. You had forgotten to do something.
I gotta look for Davil. I have to pay somebody.
You're pretty sure he's where you.
Yep,
find
I'll go back to his private VIP lounge here in the yawning portal.
There he is.
Should I move? Where am I at on the map? Hold on. Oh, there I am. We'll go back to our table. You know, where we've sat the last couple of nights, kind of behind the bar there, but close enough that we can get us a serving wench or Durnan to bring us booze. I'll have food brought over. I'll put a gold on the table to pay for the cost of any meals. I don't expect Aldous or Harlow to pay for anything. I'll pet Chungus, pushing the bowl of nuts over in front of Chungus, and I was like, just a minute, I have to go see Davil about some money matters. Shouldn't be long. And I'll just duck over into the private room here. Is Davil there?
He is.
I will pull out. I'll pull out the sack that I scooped gold coins into. And
Dable says, late on your first payment is not
payment.
a good look,
I
Donovan.
didn't even know there was a payment. I thought there was no interest on this. Davil, I'm an orphan. What? I don't know the first thing about running a business.
Let me remind you. And he takes a very stern posture. 5% on the 10-day. Could it be more simpler than that? You're lucky you're not paying 10%. It might go up to 10%. Don't be late again.
No, late. I just don't know. Perhaps I can pay a week in advance. Wait, what's 10%?
Listen, I'm your friend. But the Black Network isn't. And Istrid Horn certainly isn't.
I know. I should have known there would be some costs associated with this. I just listen. Here's what do I owe you? The 5%.
Donovan, you do the math. You give me the payment, and I will give it to Istrid myself.
5%.
But do it today.
I'll drop the coins on the table. I have 100 gold coins in a purse. It's actually his own 100 gold that I've saved from before, but 100 dragons. Here, first payment. Don't want to be late, and by my math, that's probably more than I owe, but consider the extra as proof that I will be cooperative.
Well, it better be. I'm not doing the math for you. I'm going to give this to Istrid and help you if it's not 5% of what you borrowed.
Yeah, all you need to do is send a polite courier, not a snake with wings. I nearly shit the bed when that thing crawled through my window. What the fuck?
That is our polite courier. Do you want to know what the impolite courier is?
No, please continue to send the polite courier. I'll slide the sack over.
Don't make us send one again.
I didn't.
It's not even me.
I know it's not you. I'm Davil. I've never owned a business. Davil, 2 weeks ago, I didn't have a gold to my name. I don't know what I'm doing.
You shit the bed.
Perhaps a small bit, but this said, I'll slide the gold over. This should cover me today and at least the next 10 day. I'll say that nervously is like, I think that's close.
Keep track of your math, Donovan.
Davil. One of the things I learned in the orphanage was math. 100 gold pieces. That should cover the first 10 day and the second 10 day at least, if not more.
He starts laughing. He's like, oh, my man. I'm kidding. Doesn't mean to put the scare into you. But don't be late with those payments, seriously.
Yes,
He keeps
payments.
go-
Yes,
He goes back to the original.
yes, payments. I'll slide. Well, we'll be. If you want to join us for a drink, please make sure that whoever sent the snake demon to visit me this morning at breakfast knows that they've been paid, and there's the coin, and we should be up and running by the next 10 day, and this should cover us this week, next week, and hopefully more. I will be bringing the following week. So thank you so much for your loan. And I don't know what I got myself into, but we'll be outside. If you wish to join us just outside the your room here, please come out, meet Aldous. I know you've met Aldous and Harlow, but come out and meet them again, have a drink with us. And perhaps you'll feel more guilt about killing all of us because of the money I owe.
Have a few things to attend to here, but thank you very much for the invite.
Thank you. I'll go back out and join my companions and sit down and try and not look too nervous about the fact that I'm in over my head.
I imagine, I don't know, I was like craving, I don't know, like something like shepherd's pie or something like that. I'm like really tucking into it as he's coming back. I'm like, what was that all about?
That's so funny.
With like my mouth is just like covered in like
I needed
gravy.
that. Very good. You get inspiration. You don't already have
double
it.
inspiration.
Yeah, I have it.
Aldous, Harlow, I don't know what I get myself into. I knew when I took the money they wanted me. I thought
money.
Well, there was money.
Money. I don't like talking about money.
No, I don't like talking.
We never talked about money in my household as a kid.
I don't know anything about money. I've been poor my entire life. Someone handed me more money than I've ever seen in my life and told me to refurbish the Troll Skull Manor, and here we are. And now they're coming to collect, and it's not even open. I think I gave them enough to stave them off for a short period, but it's very important that we do our part to try and make sure that the Troll Skull's a success, or I fear that they are going to cut my feet off and toss me into the river or the ocean in the dock ward. So,
oh well, there's no other way in my mind. I'm certain that I will make my end of the deal. It's gonna be spick span.
Luckily for everyone else, the deal only involves my name, but you're...
Elf guys, when you approach the yawning portal, this is the scene when you go to the door. There's a doorman, and he opens the door for you as you approach. Being one of the most famous taverns in Waterdeep, it made sense to try to track your quarry here.
Yes, it seems a busy place. At the very least, I will get a drink, or 2 or 3 or 5. We will see.
You catch the eye of the bard. He obviously was looking at you. He sees everyone that walks in the door, and he catches your eye.
So I proceed to the bar after the acknowledgement. Just,
Hi, mate. What you have?
Let's see. Do you have a? I'm sorry, I lost the accent.
That's okay.
Thank you for trying.
Do you have a schnapps? I would take a nice schnapps if you had it.
Oh, sugar? Yeah, syrup? Yeah, sure.
No, not syrup. It is sweet yet cold yet hot yet alcohol.
Oh, is it a hot toddy?
That sounds fine. Sounds fine, actually. I can. I
clarify for him, and he says, "I'll warm it up for you." He was going to obviously serve it to you cold, but once you mentioned it's served warm.
Thank you.
And he puts it over a fire, nods at you, puts his finger up, like, "Give me a minute." And he pushes it over the bar to you. Some warm.
And I smell it. I take a drink. I seem to enjoy it, and I just take a look around the bar before I ask anyone anything. Is there any? I don't know. Would it be insider investigation or any way to just get a feel of the place? See if I could, I don't know, recognize anything or anyone.
Yeah, of course. Where are you going to sit? At the bar? Are you going to take a table? I'll tell you what you're seeing. You
Just at the bar. I'm not sure where around the bar.
The
It's
bartender says, "You looking for someone?"
yes, indeed. Yet you seem quick to ask that. So I fear I may not be able to trust you. Can I trust you, sir?
I don't care if you trust me or not. I'm trying to help.
Uh, See, I do. So I am looking for a man. You are correct.
And
It's.
who's this man?
Did you say it was Roland?
Roland with an E-N with no D. But yes, a form of Roland, yes.
Okay. Their name is
Roland?
Roland. The name is Roland.
Oh,
They
well,
are
why didn't you
known
say
to
so?
be in this place. Yes. Oh.
He's a well-known man. Let me see. I see his girlfriend, and he looks just behind you. Well, wait. Here, I'll move you over to the bar here. So you take a seat next to Roland, actually. Roland walks up as you guys are talking. He says, "Dernan, I'll take 5 more." And Dernan says, "Well, would you speak of the devil? There's your man." And you're standing next to Roland.
I say the devil. I. I hope not. I hope not, son.
So Roland like looks over his shoulder. It ain't me.
It seems nothing is you. Or tell me, are you Roland?
Yes. Who's asking?
Do you know who I am?
He looks you up and down. Are you wearing anything that would indicate who you are?
Good question. I mean, if he has, I guess, really high perception, I might have some like really old tattoos or something that might indicate my affiliation. I don't know, maybe.
On your wrist that you're going to flash him or something?
Probably not. Yeah, I guess not. So probably not.
Okay.
So I'd say more hidden, but they're there somewhere. Anyway.
Well, he's not standoffish. He's like, "You want to have a beer?" Like he's wondering why you're like looking at him. My friends are right over here. He's totally partying. He's half in the bag. And he's like, "Come on over." And he's
Come on up.
at this table right here with these 4 young women sitting at the table.
So I proceed. I proceed to the table.
Play.
Nice. And you guys proceed to party. You can certainly ask him any questions or whatever. And Donovan, you see Roland making more friends, that's nice. I guess that's a step in the right direction.
What I do is I just sit there. I have a drink with him, and I just watch. I just observe. I see who he is amongst his people, who these people are, like in the world he's up to, and why my people might have a problem with him. So I just gotta play along for a while, just sit there and make idle conversation.
You take it in, and right off the bat, you see exactly what's going on here. This dude is like partying hard, and he doesn't seem like a serious business kind of guy. He has kind of like dark rings around his eyes, and he's just letting loose.
So I proceed to let him get as drunk as he likes. I let him just, drink his fill. Just have at it.
You do hear one of the girls at your table say to him, "Hey, why don't you slow down? You want to get a good night's sleep tonight, don't you?" He says, "I wish," something to that effect, and doesn't take the suggestion very seriously as he downs yet another one of his ales.
It's quite a life you lead, my friend. It seems like a very intoxicating pastime.
He's like, "Yep, intoxicating. That's the way I like it."
Yes.
All right, so let me see what else we wanted to finish in this on by day 11 here. Have a bit of a checklist because we're gonna finish up soon anyway.
Do I see somebody? You said I saw somebody join Roland and his harem at their table.
Yeah.
I'll look nervously at Harlow and Aldous, and then back at Roland, and then back at the two of them. Hey, listen. Somebody's talking to Roland. He's in the bag. I'm worried about him. If you either come with me or keep an eye on me, I'm gonna go over and see who he is. I don't recognize him.
I think I'm still like halfway through my shepherd's pie. Like my face is like basically in it, And I think Chungus is probably on the table, right? And I'm like feeding Chungus a little bit of it before I take like the full bite, And I sort of like I lift my head up and I'm like, with my mouth full, I'm like, Roland?
Yeah, he's over there. He's getting drunk with the same He's getting drunk with the same 4 girls he's been getting drunk with for the past 3 days.
Oh well, that's nothing new.
I know, but my fear is that my ties with Roland. I'll explain everything. If you just the two of you just keep an eye, Harlow, Aldous. Just keep an eye on me in case.
We're fine. We're fine.
All right.
Would you like me to try to blend into something and join the conversation? Because I can do that.
Oh, you know what? Best, even better. Come along. I'll when you take the shape of Chungus, come along. That way, you're close by. Meaning, like, either as a cat or a guinea pig or whatever you're a cat's good, guinea pig, something that you could move quickly but still be close, or a bird or anything that Donovan could like walk around with and you wouldn't draw attention to yourself, whatever.
I turn into a guinea pig and just stick next to you.
I'll pick up Harlow and holding Harlow like in my hand, stroking the top of her head with my index finger. I want to walk with her over towards. I'll look at Aldous. I'm like, hey, look, just keep an eye.
And I'm like,
I'll walk over with Harlow to the table where it looks like Floon's standing over here. I'll walk past him. I'll say to him, hey, Aldous is over there eating a pot pie if you want to join him for a second, and walk up to the table where Roland is engaging in debauchery with this new. Is he a dark elf that's joined them at the table, or is he?
You can describe yourself.
I am a wood elf with fiery orange eyes, blackish hair, kind of like a copper greenish complexion, mid of height, slight, definitely, on the agile end of the spectrum.
I just met my first drow and he nearly killed me. So I'll walk up to the table, cradling the small guinea pig, that using my left thumb to rub between her ears as I step up between the two of the girls that have been fawning over Roland for the past week and a half. Hello all, how about a round? A round for everyone? I'll look at Roland knowing he's going to answer yes.
Hello.
Floon's like, hell yes.
Any friend of Roland is a friend of mine. And I look at the two of them. Is there like an insight check? This is obviously super metagaming, so I don't know. Is this even fair?
Sure.
Like if I can tell that a guinea pig is I don't know, like what kind of role would that be?
Well, what if I then roll a perception, since he's trying to figure out if I'm the guinea pig?
Would it be like perception versus deception or something? Or I don't know.
Are you trying to deceive him? No. You can roll an insight check for sure, though.
She's trying to look like a guinea pig.
And feel free to insert meta wherever we have to.
Yeah, that's good. Your meta's cool in the game. So
okay, roll an insight check.
I'll push. I'll push forward.
I do agree, but I think you ought to not do it all the time, because
Harlow hardly hides it. You might have seen her make that change. Did you change into an animal since you've been here, Harlow?
Yeah, I turned into a guinea pig because I thought we were trying to figure out what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
All right, he rolled a 20, so we're gonna have to give him that he caught that, and you do pick up on.
Oh, all right. So I don't let on at all. I just nod. Okay. Any friend of Roland is a friend of mine. Well, welcome. Thank you for the drink. I will always accept the drink.
Good. My name's Donovan.
I'm here. We're in a tavern.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What was your name?
My name's Donovan, and this is. I'll stroke the guinea pig's head, and I'll be like, and this is Harlow. Any friend of Roland, as you said, it's a friend of mine. Well met, sir.
Hello. Yes. My name is Elfgeist, and here we are enjoying drinks in this tavern. Tell me, do you know Roland well?
I do, and I'll look at Roland's drunken, slobbering form. I do, and
Floon says, "How about a toast?" He butts in and leans in the center of all of you and busts in. How about a toast to Waterdeep?
A toast to Waterdeep, yes.
Cheers to the
city. Waterdeep.
Deep water where the edge of the sea.
Shut the sea.
Meet rivers of gold. All the coins ever made. Flow past. God, throw some to me. And everyone in the bar huzzahs after that and throws their beers up. You see beer flying everywhere. A big cheer comes around from the entire downstairs here as you guys raise your beers and toast to the city that we all love.
In my corner, I'm like, just like lazily, like almost like mockingly. I'm like,
I'm gonna walk around towards Elfgeist and lean because I can see that Roland is in the bag and he's been drinking all night with these same 4 women that he's been drinking. I'll put one hand on the table in between Elfgeist and the woman with Harlow kind of clinging to my inner shirt there and flash just the butt of my pistol. Hey, would you like to join us for a drink? Friends of Roland, over here in the corner. I'll point towards the table where Aldous is sitting. I'd like to have a word with you, just in private.
Oh. I noticed he's pointing to a pistol. I stared down at it.
I only flashed the butt, only the butt of the pistol, just enough so you can see it, but just pointed towards the table like, come over. I'd like to talk to you for a second. Any friend of Roland, I'm worried about my friend.
I noticed the butt of his pistol. I then look up at him. I look quizzically, and I look at his companions. I look at the man eating the shepherd's pie at the table. I look quizzically. I'm like, is it safe? I wondered if he's choked. I hope not.
Yeah, no.
But I look around ruefully. I just look at these guys. I see he's wasted. I'm like, yes.
Yeah, bring your drink. Bring your drink.
I will.
I'll just close my coat, pick up Harlow off of my vest, and come on, join us. And I'll walk past Flume, patting him on the shoulder, and hopefully lead Elfgeist over back towards our table here.
And
everyone who said the toast to Waterdeep gets inspiration.
All right.
I think Aldous already has inspiration, so it doesn't matter.
I already have it. So
I
don't want it.
You get it though. Harlow should get it, and
I don't want that inspiration.
Elfgeist and Harlow should both get
somewhere
it.
else.
If I aggressively squeaked it, does that count?
That counts.
Yeah, cool.
Totally.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Elfgeist, I'm not gonna, forcefully, but I'll walk over towards our table and see if he follows.
I grab a drink, take another careful look at Roland, and I assume he's won't even notice he's just wasted hanging out with his lady friends, and I continue over to the corner table.
As Elfgeist sits down and everybody's sitting down, I sort of like scoot over, like not really without looking at Donovan, and I'm sort of like, so who's your friend?
Aldous, I'll put Harlow back down on the table, thumbing the top of the guinea pig's head and letting her move over towards Chungus. This is Elfgeist. And then I'll look at him as he walks up to the table. Can you move him over there, DM, or can he move? Or
He should be able to move.
Oh, you can click on your token, Elfgeist, and move your... There you go, yeah. Please, sit. We're all friends of Roland here.
Friends of Roland.
Well,
Yes. Do you know who he is? Do you know of whom he is a part? Do you know his affiliation? Do you know him? Or is this, perhaps you met him last week, you had beer. He likes to meet random people and have beer. Perhaps you're just that kind of friend. Or do you know him well? Is he a companion, may I say?
We met him several weeks ago. We fought alongside of him, life or death. Although I do see that...
Not me.
Oh, well, Aldous. I'll put my arm around Aldous. Aldous wasn't there, but Roland and I have fought. And I think Harlow and I have fought.
Can I about the time she saved him using her telepathy, because I'm a guinea pig but I can't talk.
Oh, yeah. Harlow and I both were part of the group that saved Roland, which is why we're a little bit protective of our friend, especially in his current state. He's had a bit too much to drink over the past 2-3 weeks. As you can see, sort of fallen in with that group of girls and doesn't want to hear much else other than drink and spending time with them. He saved me or protected me enough that I'm protective of him. And the strangers that approach him, especially here in the Yawning Portal, I'm interested in.
Yes. Well, it seems you know at least Roland in part. I'm not sure what else you know. Perhaps you're telling me everything, perhaps you're not, but he has taken certain vows. He has made certain pledges. And as you can see, he is far from fulfilling them. He is far from doing anything of note at this time. He is a drunkard. He is a lick spittle. He is a lush.
No argument there. Cheers.
Floon looks over when you say lush. He's like, "What? What? You're talking about me again?"
Yeah, you
You
too.
Yes, sir. Yes, we are.
That he is. And it's not without trying. I've knocked on his door every morning. I mean, we have business about the city, and well, besides screwing the four of his companions there, he has not much interest in anything else.
I mean him no harm, but I would have him remember his vows and remember who he follows. And I can't ask you to do that. You don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm being very vague, but with good reason, especially since he hasn't, I don't know. You sure you don't know anything about his past?
We know a little bit. Knows the hero of Troll's Gate, member of one of the factions. I'll wave my hand and act ignorant.
I'm just shaking my head.
The Harpers. No, he was part of the Watch. No. He's the hero of Troll's Gate. He's hence why those girls are interested in him. I just didn't want to see anything bad happen to him, and I didn't recognize you, Elfgeist.
I take a look at Donovan with a disgruntled look. I just shake my head. I'm like, I had hoped you would know.
He's
well, he's a so. Can you help me? Will you help me?
Oh, if you're trying to help, him, Donovan will look over Elfgeist's shoulder. If you're trying to help him, I'll help you. I have a bit of a protective, fatherly instinct for my friends, and I can see that he's in a bad way. I know he hasn't slept well in weeks. He chooses to drink himself to sleep, and whatever it is that's troubling him, he won't share with the rest of us. What order are you with? Are you a member of a faction here in Waterdeep that is affiliated with our friend?
I look back. I eye them all up as if seeing if I could press them, and really,
we're gonna.
I'm
here. Because it's actually almost 10:30, and there's one last thing I wanted to squeeze in. We can pick up that conversation.
It's a good stopping point though too.
But Esvel Rosnar, Donovan's old romance, leans in and says, "Donovan."
Lovely. Esvel, I'm sorry. I was just having dinner and drinks with my friends.
Remember when we kissed under tomorrow's star? And she gazes fondly into your eyes. And then we cut to black. And we'll pick up here next time.
All right.
That gives you a chance, Elfgeist, to get ready to tell me to go kiss your ass. Awesome.
Yep.
Had a good time.
I Or just like halfway in between. I guess we'll see how that goes.
Those are fighting words to Elfgeist. There's going to be like a brawl now.
Oh, I'm just trying to. I'm trying to. We're both looking out for the same.
Did you
guy,
see his
so.
picture, dude?
Yeah, I did. He's a little scary.
Did you look into those eyes?
Why do you think I brought him back over to Harlow and Aldous? I'm like, I can't
He's
take.
getting all serious. Like, Flume's like,
Flashing your piece. What is this? Fucking OK Corral.
Donovan doesn't know.
did he flash his gun?
He did. He
Yeah,
flashed.
what did he do? Oh, you did. You did
I
it.
did. I totally did because I was
Why
trying
would
to
you
like.
do that?
Dude, I was trying to like intimidate him. Like, Donovan doesn't know what he's
man.
doing, dude.
It's like, come over to the corner.
Dude, he's
You know,
17.
you're definitely not in danger.
Dude, Donovan's a 17-year-old kid. He's like, come on over here, dude. Like,
He's a gangster.
I don't think 17-year-old kids are the people who are least trustworthy with guns.
exactly. Donovan shouldn't have a gun.
That's a good point.
He's got two. He shouldn't have a gun. He's like, hey, come on over here. Talk to me and my friends. Yeah.
That's fun.
Well,
yeah, I'm gonna grab a beer.
I will. I'm going to stop the
Shut down
recording
the
now.
recording.
Welcome
And,
aboard, Elfgeist. And
I'll be right back.
Had a great time. I'm going to
Thanks.
stop the recording now. Thanks for jumping on board.
I like the format.
Cool.
It's pretty good.
Had a lot of fun so far. So, thank you, Aldous. Thank you, Harlow. Thank you, Elfgeist. It's been awesome. So,
Yeah. Yeah, that was cool.